So yesterday's class, do you remember that we went over the area of all the shapes that you should know from grade 7? So, the square, side times side. The rectangle, length times width. The triangle, base times height divided by 2. The parallelogram, base times height. The trapezoid, big base plus small base times height divided by 2. And the last one that I don't think you use that often was that of the rhombus. And we did it all yesterday in our bell work, and we worked to getting this. Today I'm going to use a few of those and work backwards, where I give you the area and you have to find the base or the length. So today's lesson is going to be on polygons, but before we get to polygons, let's do a little bit of review on how to work backwards. With area. So here we go. The title is Working Backwards. Working backwards with area. So write that down as your title with area. So the question will look like this. What is the length of a rectangle? What is the length of a rectangle if the width is equal to 10 and the area of that rectangle is equal to 40 centimeters squared? The first thing you should do is always draw your rectangle. Now in most cases there will be, have a seat, in most cases there will be the drawing of the rectangle, but if not, draw it. They're asking you what it is. We know that this is 10. And we know that all of the area is 40. So who knows what they would do to start this? I think everybody should know how to start, especially in my class. Yeah. Formula. So the formula of the area of the rectangle is length times width. Do we agree?
Yes.
And we have one of those dimensions. We have the 10. Unfortunately, the width is going to be shorter, so I'm not going to pay too much attention. But let's say we do 10L, and we also know that the area is 40. So I took my formula that has letters and replaced the letters by the values given. And now, algebraically, how do I remove the 10? How do I remove this 10? So that L is by itself, so I can find out the length. So if this was an X, what would you do? Yes. Divide on the other side. So my final answer for length is 4. Does it make sense if I say this is 4, that 10 times 4 is 40? Yeah, that's where I get it from. I work backwards to get that missing dimension. Now, what if I push it one step further, my question, and ask you for the perimeter of this shape? Would you know what to do? Perimeter is the addition of all sides. So I would know this is 4, and I would know this is 10, and I would add 10, and 4, and 4, and 10, and add them all up, and I would have a perimeter of 28, in this case, centimeters. Good? We're going to do another example, an example with a triangle. So I'm going to a new page. I am going to draw the triangle. I'm going to tell you that the area of this triangle is 150 centimeters squared. I'll give you the base of 10 and ask you for the height. So the question is, what is the height if the base of the triangle is 10 centimeters? What's the first thing you will do? What is the first thing? Formula. Is that the answer to all my questions? Pretty much. The first thing to do, is a formula have any, like, does it have letters in it? Yes. So I'm going to take the formula of a triangle, and if you don't know it by heart, you could always put it on a memory aid, although you should memorize the basic formulas. And the formula is area equals base times height divided by 2. Once I put the formula down, I go look for the information given. Oh, look, they gave me area. Capital A is area, so they gave me 150. Oh, they're missing the height, but they do give me the base of 10. So here we go. Height is missing, divided by 2. Algebraically, how do I get H all by itself? How do I get H like X all by itself? How can I remove these numbers? Well, I'm hoping everybody will do this. What is that, what I just did? The cross multiply. So if I take the division of 2, the opposite on the other side is not division but multiplication. And that's why we do 2 times 150. So now we have 300 on the left-hand side equals 10H. I'm almost there. I need H by itself. I want H isolated to the right with a value for it. This will give me the value of my H. How do I remove this 10 algebraically? A number stuck to its letter. Yeah, so if it's a multiplication, it becomes a division. And now I do 300 divided by 10, which gives me the height of 30. And that is my final answer for this question. 30 centimeters. And if I wanted to check, I would do 30 times 10 is 300 divided by 2 is where I get the area of 150. Take a minute. Remember, I'm filming, so I will put it online for you to stop it and go over it again and again and again. My next question is about a trapezoid, probably the hardest of them all before we get to polygons. The trapezoid looks like parallel lines. Those are parallel, even though they don't look too parallel-ish. Parallel lines, meaning they'll never touch, they'll never meet. And there's a line that goes between the parallel lines, which is called the height. And that's 90 degrees. Now, they don't always look like this. You could also have a trapezoid that looks like this. But in this case, I need to give you a height. Something that has the perpendicular, the 90 degrees. Here, it just happened to be implemented in the design. But those are both trapezoids. If I tell you that the area of this trapezoid, is 200 meters squared, and I tell you that the small base is 4, the big base is 11, what is the height? Even if you don't know how to do this, what would you do first? Formula. That seems to be the answer to all my questions. The formula. So I'm going to put the formula of area equals big base plus small base times the height divided by 2. This is still all grade 7, although I did go over it all yesterday. So if you want to put it on a memory aid, go for it. What do we know about this formula? What do we know? Oh, miss, we know that the area is 200. We know that the big base is 11 and the small base is 4. Does it matter if I put 4 plus 11 or 11 plus 4? Won't change anything, right? 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Won't change anything. We don't know the letter H, and we have the 2 at the bottom. What did we say that we had to do to get rid of the 2? Who can help me out? Cross multiply, because it's a division of 2. Therefore, on the other side of the equal signs, it's a multiplication of 2. So 2 times 200 is 400 equals, and I'm going to add these two right now. So I'm going to do this in one step. 11 plus 4 is 15 H's. And last but not least, we've seen this before, this situation. How do I remove the 15 from the H? What do? How do I get rid of that? You divide by 15. And maybe somebody can help me out. It might be a decimal number. I'm not sure. 26.6666. So I'm going to take 5 minutes of the class to do 2 more questions. I'm going to stop now.